Alright, welcome back. In this video, we are going to finally equip the weapon and do the swapping of the weapon. So first, let me go add some comments. So this one is server destroy, I believe secondary. Secondary. Okay, and on the inventory, we need to say unequip secondary and unequip primary. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to project settings, and I believe I already added them. Yeah. Equip primary, number 1, equip secondary, number 2. All you have to do is just click this and say equip melee / pistol, and you can make this number 3. Okay, let's close this. On the weapon, let's find a empty space, and what we're going to do, we're going to create 2 more custom events. We're going to say server equip primary. Make sure it's on a server reliable, and we say MC equip primary. Do the same once, class reliable, and quickly call MC equip primary here. Now we are down here. So the first thing we need to do, we need to check to see if the primary is even valid, because if it's not, we don't need to even try to equip it. It's valid. If it is valid, we need to check if the secondary weapon is valid. The reason why, we need to check this is secondary valid, if it's true or false. The reason why, for example, let's say we have 2 weapons equipped. We have the primary and the secondary in the back of our character, and we press 2 to equip the secondary. So now when we press 1, what we need to do, we need to unequip the secondary and quickly equip the primary. So here we do if, which is a branch. We need to check if it's valid. If it is, we need to set it to false. We need to set it to not valid. Okay, and then what we need to do, we need to grab secondary, and we say attach actor to component, because we need to remove it from our hands and attach it to our back. Okay, so we need item info of the secondary. For the mesh, it will be our, for the parent, it will be our mesh, and here we'll break this and expand this, break the item weapon info. You can say hide unconnected pin. We need to put it on our back, and we say snap to target, snap to target, snap to target. And then we also want to move the mesh, which is, if we go here to the inventory master, we also need to move this mesh from our hand to our back. So what we're gonna say, we're gonna go back to the character, we say attach component to another component. What is it? We need it from the weapon mesh, so we get the weapon mesh. Remember, we call it weapon mesh, and we say attach component to component. This one is actor. This one, yeah. No, not this one. Not this one. We need the one that says scene component. You would think Epic would name them differently, but no. Attach component to component. Yeah, this one. Epic. They have to make our life harder. Put the mesh, and we put same socket name, unequip. Snap to target, snap to target, snap to target. And then what we're going to do, we're gonna quickly grab the primary weapon, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna say attach actor to component, and let's make a little space, grab the mesh, we get the item info, we're going to break the item info and break the weapon info. Now we are equipping the primary weapon in our hands, so we need the equip socket, and we say snap to target, snap to target, snap to target. And we also want to do the same thing for the mesh. We got the weapon mesh, and I believe we can just copy this, save some time, and put mesh. And then now we're going to say set is primary. No, set. We're gonna set is primary to true. And then I have a function that I've created that sets my character stance. So you see it went from idle to holding the weapon. I believe I call it server toggle character stance, and I will show you what I did. And I'm gonna set it to rifle. Okay, so now I believe if I go and grab primary, equip it. Interesting. Oh, I didn't even call it. Great, so ahead of myself. But let me go remove this thing before I get confused. Let's go to input. Do I have it here? Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna show you the characters thing. So now here we're gonna grab the equip primary, the action mapping, and we're gonna say server equip primary. Now grab this, click it, press one. Interesting. Let's see. Primary. Oh, print string. Did anything even happen? But it's not equipping my primary. Let's see if it's valid. Let me check my notes. Secondary to false. And if yes, of course it's not gonna work because we do not have a secondary weapon. Okay, watch what happens. So when we equip the primary here, equip it, okay, send hello, because we don't have any primary, because right now it's checking to see if this is valid. But well, if it's not valid, what we need to do, we need to skip the unequip the secondary, and then we go straight to equipping the primary. Okay, do a reroute node. Yeah. So now we click, and of course socket is all messed up, but it's okay. At least now we know it's working. So now unequip, equip, because I believe, let's see, yeah, we don't have any socket. We need to go into our character mesh. Nope, not here. Character meshes, mannequin, mesh skeleton. I believe I already have. Yeah, I already have it. Okay. So basically, you find your hand R. Okay, the hand R, and then you add a socket just like the way we did it for the back socket, and then you just position it where you want it, and then you should be good. And I think I will have to delete these again. I think. Oh no, I don't. Okay, great. So now if I get the server, snatch it over here, got the client. Give me my weapon, sir. Boom. As you can see, now we have a weapon, and the server has his weapon ready to go. Boom. And if I pick up my secondary, it's in my back. What is this? Oh, okay. That was because I clicked on it twice and I didn't have. Okay. So now let's do the same thing for the secondary. So let's remove this. And let's bring this down a little bit more. Let's clap this to, you know what I just thought about? Let's duplicate the one of these and call it current weapon ref, because it would be easier for us to, when we're doing the shooting, to check if we have a current weapon equipped, instead of doing, oh, if primary equipped, to check if primary is equipped or if secondary is equipped. So here what we need to do, when we, after we say is primary is valid, we need to set, what is it, current weapon to the primary weapon. Okay, so let me go back to this, the character stand that I was talking about. So I created a enum. So if I go to enums, character stand, I got unarmed rifle, pistol. I create my enum, okay, and then I did the same thing. Create a server. Say server toggle character stand, multi-class toggle character stand, and I set it to here and I set it here. So whenever I called server toggle character stand, then I can select which one I want. And inside the nope, use animation, blend spaces, and BP, and inside the local. Oh, what is going on? Let's try this again. Okay. Inside of the local motion, idle, yeah, from idle to unarmed, okay, we checking to see if the character stand equal to go from the idle state, okay, the unarmed state, the idle state to, I should rename this. I don't know why. Yeah, I should definitely rename this. This is not idle. This is rifle. So to go from unarmed to armed, we need to check if it's unarmed is not true. And to go from the rifle to unarmed, we need to check if the unarmed is true. Because if you go to the anim preview and change this to rifle, see I could just go like this, and if you put the speed at 300, then it start dragging. It's aiming, boom, it start aiming. Let go, aiming, sprinting. Yeah, kick it back. Yeah, so that's what this is. The server toggle character stand. Okay, so let's clap. Whoa. Let's clap this to a node and say node equip primary, and I'm going to show you something very cool. After we get it to work, everything to work, I'm going to show you something very cool that you can do. So now add a comment, say equip primary. Now let's do the same thing for the secondary. Add a custom event, server equip secondary, and MC equip secondary. Make sure these are set properly on server, and quickly call MC equip secondary before we forget. So for the secondary, we're pretty much going to do the same thing. We're gonna get the secondary weapon ref. Let me just call it secondary ref, so everything can match. Check is valid. If it is, we're gonna get is primary valid. We're gonna see if it's true. Branch. If it is true, we're gonna set it to false. And then we can simply go here, and you know what, let me do it so that way I don't mess it up like I did in my project. We're gonna grab primary ref. Yeah, primary ref. We say attach actor to component. The mesh will be the parent. We get the item info. We break the item info. Expand this, break the weapon info. Hide unconnected pin. We get the unequipped socket. Because remember, now we pressing the 2 button. We're trying to equip the secondary. So we checking to see if we already have a primary equipped. So if we already have a primary equipped, we need to unequip the primary. So we get the weapon mesh again. And we say attach component to component. Make sure you get the one that says scene, target is scene component. Scene component. And don't forget to say snap to target, snap to target, snap to target. Same thing. And parent is here. Okay. And now we need to equip the secondary. So we get secondary ref. We say, we can just grab these two. And let's grab these. Sticking them here. And target, and we say item info. And this time we want the equip socket because we are trying to attach the weapon to our hands. So we break this, hide unconnected pin, grab the equip socket, and from the secondary weapon mesh, plug this in. And now we're gonna say is secondary valid to true, and current weapon will become secondary weapon ref. And we say server toggle character stand, and we simply say rifle. And don't forget, if it's not valid, we simply go, let's do a reroute. Simply go strictly to the attach the secondary. Now let's give it a try before we do the cleanup. So grab this, secondary. If we get the secondary, press 2. Again, I made the same mistake. Equip secondary. And we do server equip secondary. I just be too ahead of myself. Slow down, Jay, slow down. Grab primary, grab secondary, equip both. Now if I press 2, yeah, the socket is not there. If I press 1, okay, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go and fix the socket. Let's go to inventory, AK-47, WS, and I believe, yeah, it was BL. This time let's do the client, because you know Mr. Client always is giving problem. And let's go to definitely this guy. Press 1. Voila. Press 2. There we go. Let's go, baby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Let's go see what's going on with the secondary. What is going on? Snap to target, snap to target, snap to target, snap to target. Let's see. Oh, I probably didn't do the. Yeah, I did the rotation right, didn't I? On the mesh, character mesh. Yeah. So let me see. Unequip. Okay, I'm back. Guys, believe it or not, I spent an hour and a half trying to figure out what's going on. And the issue was in the MC equip primary, where we are attaching the component to component. I have it rotation rules to keep well, so we need to be snap to target, and I also have it the same way over there. Snap to target. This is why I do not like copy and paste. Copy and paste. That's what happens when you're trying to create, go through shortcuts. Now, if I pick that up, boop, boop, press 1. Hey, I got my M4, press 2. I got my AK, press, no, now you can just cycle through them. And now, here's the cool part I was saying. So, in my, because in Vigor they have the weapon wheel, I believe, where you can press a button and then the weapon will show up to equip your primary and secondary. So I think in my do I have it in the main HUD? Yeah, I had created this weapon wheel, and if I go into my character, let's grab input T, one of those. Let me just leave it there. So in the main HUD, I will create this later on. I will show you how to do this later on, but let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have this. What do I have it on? Okay, I need to create an input button. Let's say 4. Get player controller and set input mode to no, set show mouse cursor. To true. Let's do a flip flop there. Flip flop, flip flop. Set it to true, and then let's make some space. Set input mode. Set input mode to gaming UI, and on the B route, set it to false, and set input. We're gonna do it with the proper way. I'm just showing you something right now, but we're gonna create a whole video where I'll show you how to create the wheel and everything. So right now, if I press 4, I have my cursor, and on the main HUD, no, not the main HUD, the wheel, this button, let's say primary btn. If I add on click event to it, get player pawn cast to my character, and from here I can call server equip primary. So now if I go ahead and pick up the primary weapon, attach it to the back, press 4, aha, see? Now my primary, and I can do the same thing for the secondary weapon. If I add on click, I can do this. Say server equip secondary. Now if I click, boop, equip both of them, I can press 4, primary equip secondary, primary secondary. But like I said, we're gonna make this a little bit more interactive, but I was just showing you it's possible because we create the function in advance. Now it make our life easier when we want to implement other functionality. And we can use the same function. For example, in the next video we're going to do that, because right now when you equip the secondary, there's no animation, it just snap to it. So we're gonna create an honor montage, and then at certain part in the animation we're going to equip the weapon the proper way. Okay, so with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.